Hello, everybody. So I think it's time. Y'all ready? Are you all ready to learn how to turn Dollar Tree products into a 10K a month Amazon business, right? Because that's what we're here about. We're here about helping you grow your Amazon business and using tools like AMZScout. So I want to thank AMZScout. Y'all put some emojis in the chat, some heart emojis, and give AMZScout some love. I have been using AMZScout for 5 years. So when they reached out to me and said, "Hey, can you present and show how you're using AMZScout in your business?" And I actually make about $435,000 a year selling Dollar Tree items on Amazon's platform. So I was like, of course, I would be happy to show people how I use AMZScout so they can build their business even further. So without further ado, we are going to begin the presentation. I am Dr. Yassin Hall, and I'm the first Black woman to start selling on Amazon's platform. I'm the first Black woman to add Black models on Amazon, and I'm also the first Black woman to start teaching how to sell Dollar Tree items on Amazon. I've been selling on Amazon for over 20 years. I am one of the oldest, I want to say veteran, more mature sellers on the Amazon platform, and I've been teaching it for 10 plus years. I'm a self-made multi-millionaire just by selling a dollar item. Well, used to be a dollar item on Amazon. And I'm the CEO of the Boss Class. It is a multi-million-dollar boss producing company. We are creating future millionaires here in the Boss Class. And as I like to tell our students, and I'm going to tell you as well, we've got to put our intentions out there that if you have, we have to put our intentions out there so that the universe and God or whoever you believe in can give it to you in whatever way possible that it looks like for you, right? So drop a future millionaire in the chat. Let's flood the chat because this is what I want for you. We teach by example. So whatever it is that I'm doing, this is exactly how we teach our students how to be successful. So let me see your future millionaires. Just flood the chat because I want to see all the millionaires that we have in this chat today. And we have I'm seeing them coming in now. Great, awesome. I'm also the top 1% Black woman seller on Amazon. I see Jackie's a future millionaire. I see Sarah's a future. I'm seeing all of your future millionaires now popping in. Awesome. I'm the top 1% Black woman seller on Amazon. I'm also a best-selling, award-winning author. And I've got to give God the glory because I did not pray or ask for any of these accolades. I just kept walking in faith, being true to who I am, helping women along the way and men. And by the grace of God, God has gracefully blessed me with over 60,000 women and some men registered in the Boss Class University. My story of homelessness to millions have been featured on NBC, CBS, Good Morning America, Upscale Magazine, Fox News, and more. So my Amazon journey started in 1997, right? When back in the C:// and AOL dial-up, yeah, that's how long I've been selling on Amazon. And I started off selling books on Amazon. I would go to the schools, the college campuses and the high schools and purchase their school books from them and then resell them on Amazon. And back then, there wasn't really a whole website thing, right? I'm not sure how, and honestly, I'm not sure how Jeff Bezos actually sold the books because when I started, it was before he actually had the Amazon.com website. So basically, I have the connections. We had an address. So I would pack up all those boxes and send them to an address on fate, y'all. I don't even know who he was. I just knew that my counterpartners I was an MIT director of the Broward County Courthouse. So I was in that tech industry and I was following what my counterpartners were doing. They were selling books on Amazon too. So I started selling books on Amazon, right? And we would pack up the box, send it in, and a month later, we'll get a check in the mail. That's it. It was based on nothing but honesty. And then eventually he did incorporate the website and we were able to send in our books using the website from now on. And it was it was fun. It was so fun to, walk up to the kids and go, "Oh, what are you studying? oh, are you gonna turn your books into the bookstore, or are you gonna you willing to sell it to me? Like, how much would the bookstore give you for your books, right? And we had a price list. We had a price list that was done like it wasn't even a PDF, because PDF wasn't even out yet. It was just a simple doc text document in a notepad that had what books he was looking for and how much he would buy them from you for and how much you would get. So I, walk up to them and say, oh, what subjects are you in? Can I buy your books? And I'll give them the cash and take the book and then mind my business, right? So that is how my Amazon journey started. Now, I love to actually bring people into my world to see the woman that's actually sitting in front of them. So when I was born, I actually used to think that I was a failure. And it was for no other reason that my mom was a paranoid schizophrenic. So I'm a daughter of a paranoid schizophrenic mother. And my mother tried to end my life at the age of 12, but God, I am still here. You've got to give God the grace. And at the age of 16, my innocence was stolen. And at the age of 19, um, I was in a domestic violence relationship. So in my world, love equaled pain. And because my mother was different in a culture where I want to say like mental illness wasn't called mental illness. They looked at it as witchcraft or evil. So the community shunned myself and my mother for no other reason than my mom was different. Nobody understood. There was no terminology. There was no schizophrenia word used at that time. She was just crazy. And because I was her daughter, I was crazy by association, even though I showed zero symptoms. So my childhood was rather bleak in the sense of I didn't have a whole lot of friends. Well, let's just fix that. I didn't have any friends. And I was never invited to birthday parties. I was never allowed to go on the playground and play because they would bully me. So it was literally my grandmother, my mother, and I for many, 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 many years. And then my world changed. I moved away to the States as escaping the domestic violence situation. I had no choice but to leave or stay on the island and completely being abused. So I decided to pack up my children and move to safety. And we moved to Florida. And I met a wonderful man and I married my best friend. However, life took a change and people, we lose emotions and stuff like that. And I decided that I wanted to just find myself. I had been through so much that I needed to heal. And he didn't understand that. So I asked for divorce and my divorce was granted in 2009. And that is when my life literally hit rock bottom. The day of the courthouse, he stifled the gas out of my car. And when we showed up to the house, there were people saying that the house is being foreclosed. I did not know he wasn't paying the mortgage. And here it is now, we're homeless. And I thought I had saved up enough money for us to start over. And unfortunately, he cleaned up my bank account. So I went to Walmart to get money out of the ATM machine, and that's how I found out my money was gone. So he literally left us broke, hungry, and homeless, living in my car. And it was not easy, but I always say, things happen for a reason, for a greater good than you can imagine. And 2 months after my divorce, my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer and I lost my mom forever. A month after my mother passed away, my dad passed away a month later. And I'm an only child, so I literally was left here alone with my grandmother. And then a month after that, my paternal grandmother passed away. And it was at that time I said, you know what? I don't have time to be pitiful. I don't have time for people to pity me. I need to raise these kids. I have 4 amazing children. So I knew what Amazon had done for me with the books. However, my books and the inventory of the books was in the house and everything was gone. So it was around the era where Amazon, Jeff Bezos himself, I don't know if you know me, but I like to think that email came from him personally. And he was now transitioning into clothing. So now from books, he was now bringing on clothing. And I received right on time, right on God's time is what I like to call it, an email from Jeff inviting me to sell clothing on his platform. And I took that as a sign from God to just start over, right? I only knew books, but I knew the platform had made money for me. So I said, okay, I started selling leggings. So these were the original leggings. I created this listing, okay, back in 2015, and I started selling leggings. I would purchase the leggings from a warehouse in California for like $2, $3 a pair and resell them for $12.99. And in 2 weeks, I had already made my rent. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm starting over. Thank you, Amazon. Thank you to Amazon customers. And it was just awesome. However, China was also coming on to the platform selling clothing. And at that point, I couldn't compete with the prices that China was offering. And I went to a conference that Amazon had in Las Vegas. And I got a inside tip that Dollar Tree stores were opening around the nation, and one was opening in Orlando where we were living. And I said, God, I see you talking to me. I see you. And I decided to go in, take all the tips that I had learned at that conference, and started selling Dollar Tree items. And back then, if you had walked into a Dollar Tree store, you'd have walked right back out because it had looked like a junk store. It sure did. And these are the same junk items that I was selling on Amazon, and people love junk. Who knew? Who knew that people loves to hoard junk in America, right? I know now. And these are the original items that I sold. Yes, here's one of my customers who actually purchased one of my leggings back in the day. Yes, it was Let's Journey into Fashion. That was the name of my very first company I ever owned. And here it is. I sold Mike and Ice. I was selling Dollar Tree jewelry. I was selling candles that were shaped like fruits that had no scent. Now you want scents. We wanted to smell like an orange. I was just selling out whatever it is that they wanted. I was giving it to them. And that's how I started over my life. So between the Dollar Tree, Amazon, and their customers, they were able for me to bring my children back from originally I'm from the Virgin Islands. And I was able to bring my children back from the Virgin Islands, start over my life. I was able to rent a 5-bedroom house. And what made this such an amazing journey is at this time, my children, my demographics of my children, my oldest son was showing signs of bipolar and schizophrenia. Later found out that it's hereditary in our family. My second son was going through childhood depression from the divorce, and my last two children had autism. Going to work was not on my bingo card at all. It just didn't. My kids, I knew what it felt like to be bullied growing up. I didn't want that for them because they were different. So I was that room parent. I was that parent that went and sat down and had lunch with them during lunchtime. I was that parent that was very, very involved in their schooling. And because I worked on Amazon, I worked my Amazon store, it gave me the affordability and the flexibility to pack during the morning before they leave to school, stay with them during the day, and then come home and rinse and repeat. Go shopping for my inventory, pack my orders, ship them out before they go to school. And that was literally my routine for many, many, many years. And now I want to introduce you to my amazing, fantabulous, wonderful, phenomenal team of leaders. I could not lead so many women into success and men if it wasn't for my team. So we have Boss Jajetta. She's in charge of our virtual assistant program. We have Boss Jamila. She's everything artificial intelligence guru. We have Boss Ivy. She's in charge of everything finance so that our students can understand how Amazon pays them, understanding their transaction report, any discrepancies, how to look for discrepancies, any adjustments the following month to make sure that Amazon didn't charge you any adjustments in shipping. We also have Boss Shamisha. She is our FBA guru. She is also our Walmart guru, and she is our first line of defense to make sure that our students make sure that settings are set up correctly. And she's also my daughter. We also have Boss Ashley. She is our lead instructor. She is Dr. Green. She's actually a special education's amazing teacher by trade. So she has a lot of patience for our students, and she really and truly knows how to guide them in the direction that they need to go to be successful. We also have Boss Natasha. Now, she is just a woman extraordinaire. She is in charge of our China sourcing program. She's in charge of our Walmart Guru program. She's in charge of Walmart and Amazon's policies. That if she memorized. She memorized all of Amazon's policies. So if Amazon comes up with a new policy tomorrow, she will learn that one. She will teach us and she will trickle it down to our students to make sure that our students are in compliance as much as possible. She will even question Amazon and say, this policy don't make sense. I'm gonna need you to revise that because it's very vague and this is not making any sense. She's that one. So now you see, with a combination of all of us in a team, and here's the beauty of this. Each and every single one of the women that you see in front of you, I taught them how to sell on Amazon, and it's completely changed their lives for the better. And they graciously, proudly, passionately grace this blessing to other people. And I'm so very grateful. So how can we get you to your 10K goals on Amazon? So first of all, a lot of people think that it takes a lot of time to sell on Amazon. It's always going to take a whole bunch of time. Well, it does not. 2 hours max. If you are working your business, because a lot of times we are spending 9, 10 hours for for a corporation or a business, and they're making millions, and we're taking so much time away from our lives, and we're not seeing the real benefit of working 10 hours. But what if you just work your own business, right? For just 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day, you're sourcing products, you're online, you're in the store, you're scanning, you're looking for items, you're packing orders. Like we literally we print our orders out first. That's an hour. And then you pack. That's another hour. The rest of the day is yours to do whatever, right? And we have about 18 awake hours that we could actually do it. If you take Red Bull, push it to about 19, 20, right? So you can in fact do this. Now, I love to tell everyone the hot selling items right out the back. I love to share information because I personally feel like God blessed me with this blessing, and this blessing should be continuously blessed with others. So Rubbermaid is one of the premier storage container companies out there. They're the biggest, the largest, they make the most money, they're reputable, they've been around for a very long time. Now, what you're looking at in the screen is food containers. So as a woman who doesn't cook anymore, because I am semi-retired and my children are grown, and my grandkids, they live with their parents, so I don't have to cook anymore. However, I love putting away fast food. I love putting away leftover food in containers, and so does the rest of America. And they figured out that people in America need places to put their food, and lots of it. And we also need, because we're seeing ads everywhere that says you need to buy this, and we buy this, and we buy this, and they're just throwing all this products at us, and we're like, oh, I like that, but we need places to store this stuff so that we can continuously keep buying it, right? And this specific Rubbermaid container set, get this, they make $4 million a month, not a year, off of this product in front of you. $4 million. And that's just on Amazon. That's not on any other platform. That's just Amazon. And they actually have about 70 other products that are also making them money on Amazon. But this is the one that's making them the most money. And we're going to dive in to figure out if this is a product that you should be selling or not later on. So here's another Rubbermaid product. As you can see, this is Walmart. And it's selling on Walmart for $5.98, right? Do you know that you can buy this item for $5.98 from Walmart and then resell it on Amazon for $14.48 and make a profit? Let me know in the chat if you knew that you can buy items from Walmart and resell them on Amazon. Let me know in the chat if you know you can do that. Here's another one that's selling on Walmart, and it's selling for $22.97. How much do you think it's selling for on Amazon? Do you think it's selling higher or lower on Amazon? Right? I see some people saying higher, some people saying lower. actually higher, right? It's selling for higher. It's actually selling on Amazon for $59.99. All right, so let's break down the cost so that we can see if this is profitable and it might be a good item to sell. So we're using the Amazon revenue calculator that's built into your Amazon app, and the price is $59.99. It tells you that the Amazon fees are $9. I know that this is $12 for shipping, and you don't have to worry about calculating the shipping. We in our program, we actually dive into you. We give you a chart for you to follow so that you can actually know an estimation, overestimation of what shipping should be. So shipping is $12, and we saw that the cost of purchase from Walmart was $22.97. And don't forget to put in your tax, your state tax in here as well. So the profit for this item, if you're allowed to sell it, is $16 in profit. So what I love to tell our students is not only are you getting $16 in profit, you're actually making higher in revenue, because every single time you make a sale, you're going to receive your investment back. So your $22.97, you're going to get that back as well when a customer orders, as well as your $16.02. So you're actually making more when you actually in revenue when you actually sell an item. I'm breaking up. No, it says I have 5 bars, so hopefully it will be okay. We're doing FBA, FBA love. I mean, FBA. Yes, Jennifer, that is legit profit. All right. So also in our program, not only do we teach you how to sell existing items on Amazon, we have a two-parter. We actually teach our students Introduction to Private Labeling. So we teach you how to create your own listings. You don't even have to be a brand. So your listings are going to come out as generic, right? So if you ever search on Amazon and you see a bunch of people have the word generic, that is what we do. We teach you how to create a generic listing. So here's an example of a 4-pack of storage, because we know that storage containers is a money-making industry. And we're going to dive into to really and truly look to see how I determine to sell storage containers, right? So we taught Boss Belinda how to create a 4-pack of these containers, and she's selling them for $22.99. Now, every single time a customer hits that add to cart button or that buy now button on her listing, she's the only seller on that listing. So every single time she'll receive $7 in her pocket. Now, this is Boss Belinda. Now, Boss Belinda sells 50 orders a day of those containers and only working 2 hours a day. So she is making $350 in profit every single day from selling those containers. In 30 days, she's going to make $10,500 in profit. So for the whole year, she has a possibility of making $126K in profit. And that's just only off of the containers that she created on her own. That she can still sell Rubbermaid, she can still sell every other product. This is just off of her containers alone, right? And where do those containers come from? The Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree, right? And back when it was $1.25, I think it's like $1.50, and some items are $1.75 now. So you just have to adjust your shipping. The greatest thing I feel about creating listing is that you can set your own price and your own profit margin, but don't price gouge. It has to be to the point where the quantity and the quality matches the price, so the customers will be happy at the same time. So let's look at the cost breakdown for her containers. So she's selling a 4-pack of containers that came from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. She's selling it for $22.99. Her Amazon fees are $3.45. The shipping is $7. The cost of purchase is $5. And her profit is $7.53. Now, the customer is paying all of these fees in that price. All right. So that's how we can offer free shipping either on Prime or FBM, is because it's all calculated in the price. What I'm showing you is the FBM price, but FBA also shows you what their price is, and it's very close to this. So the pros and cons of working on Amazon, because I like to give people both sides so that you can make an informed decision as to how you're going to run your business. So for me personally, the pro is God is my only boss. I only have to wake up in the morning and ask him what he wanted to do, and he orders my steps, and I keep on walking. That's it. I'm done. Right? I get to dress however I want to work because nobody cares. It's just me at work. So if I want to walk around in pajamas all day, hey, it's my job. You can grow your business fast or slow. And when you're doing FBA, let's say you sent in inventory, and if you package them the way that we teach you in the program, we don't teach you to put the stickers on the package. We teach you to put the stickers on a plastic bag on the outside for this reason. There's a lot of things that can happen in FBA, and we cover that in our course, right? Of the cons. And we're not going to cover all those cons today because those cons are just something that could happen in the foreseeable future. It doesn't happen 100% of the time. But let's say, for instance, you did send in the merchandise and for whatever reason, you are not able to sell that item anymore. You can always request the item and removal order to bring the items back to you. And as long as you have your receipt and as long as you follow the return policy of the store that you bought it from, you could rip those packages open, take out the item, and you could return it and exchange it for new items. So that way your money is constantly flowing and you're not losing any money. You get to set your own hours. You have more control over your business model. And literally, you have a virtual store on Amazon and practically own a piece of Amazon. So the cons are, yeah, you have to do the work, but you always have to do the work, right? And a lot of, you don't even need, when you're doing FBA, you don't need a whole lot of storage in your house or your apartment or wherever you live because the items are going in and out. Now, if you're doing FBM, then you would need more storage, more room for your supply, your inventory and your supplies. So now I'm going to show you how I was able to flip $350 as that's what the judge ordered for child support for 4 kids. I instantly know that was not going to be enough. So I decided, you know what? I'm already doing okay with Amazon without the child support check. So what if I take this child support check and only use it for inventory? And that's exactly what I did. I decided I was going to flip $350 every single month to $4,695 and did. So that's our minimum recommended budget for products from the Dollar Tree because that can purchase you about 275 products or orders. The average yearly profit for a Dollar Tree item is $3. So now you have a profit of $825. And I know, ladies, you want to go shopping, but you're rebuilding your life. You don't need that bag. You don't need those shoes. I know you want it, but you don't. Trust the process, right? You're going to reinvest that money back into 655 products, same $3 average profit, and now you have $1,965. I know you want to get out of America, and I know you want to go on that cruise, but you're building your life, you're building your business that can hold on, all right? Now you can reinvest that same $1,965 into 1,565 products. Same $3 average profit, $4,695. Do you now see how easy it is to flip your money on Amazon's platform? And now I had $4,695 to reinvest in more items. So let me tell you what Amazon is not and what it is. It is not a get-rich-quick platform. As a matter of fact, if you try to gain a lot of money on Amazon in a short space of time, oh, they're going to call you and be all up in your business, asking you where you purchased them from, sending us a copy of the invoice. Yeah, they're going to pump your brakes because they need to protect the customers, right? And the customers need to know that Amazon is qualifying and vetting new sellers because 60% of the items that you are buying on Amazon comes from sellers. Amazon only fortifies 40% of those items. So they depend on us to send them this merchandise. So you're going to start small and grow into something big. So while you may not hit your 10K goal, while you may hit your goals in the first month, you won't get paid for those orders until maybe 30 to 60 days. And especially with FBA, because you purchase the items and then you have to wait almost 30 days in FBA for the items to become available for the customers. So whenever you're doing FBA, take that into account, right? It is an investment platform. That's all it is, an investment platform. So in our program, we teach you how to find products to sell step by step. We teach you how to determine which items to sell, whether to try it, leave it, or clean shelves. We also dive deeper into how to calculate your profits. Our students share their screenshots in the chats. And a lot of times, I want to say maybe 75% of the time, what's missing is the shipping cost. We don't tend to remember to put in the shipping cost because that's not a natural thing for us to do as consumers. So as you're learning, our job as teachers is to catch those little things that you miss, because once you add that item into your Amazon store and you sell that item, you can't cancel that order. It's an FBA order. It's going, right? So it's at the end of the month, if you don't calculate properly, instead of giving you a check, Amazon will deduct money off of your credit card because you didn't have enough money to cover those losses, right? So you have to make sure that, I can't stress this enough, that you are calculating the profit. And I love the fact that in AMZScout's program, you can calculate it right there on the screen, and you don't even have to touch your Amazon store or anything. You can calculate. I'm going to show you how to do that today. So we also teach you how to price your own items so that you know for sure that it's 100% profitable. I'm going to give you all a little freebie tonight, that if you're buying one Dollar Tree item, you should not sell that item for less than $9.99. You will not make any money. So drop it in the chat. What is the lowest number what is the lowest that you can price your item for, a Dollar Tree item that is still profitable? Let me make sure that you all are paying attention. That's right, $9.99. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we also teach you more ways to generate more sales. So we teach you how to list and create listings on the computer and on the app. We also teach in our class how to get ungated in brands. Now, as you know, Amazon has really tightened up on brands, and as a brand new store, you're not allowed to sell any brands. You have to get approval to sell those brands, and we teach you step by step. And we also we have about 2 stores that we show with one online store and one physical store that we teach you how to get ungated. And we also teach in a more advanced level where you have access to the 7 wholesale stores that we use on a daily basis to find more products and get ungated in more brands. We also teach you how to set up affordable ads. I'm going to pat myself on the back proudly because I am the Amazon guru. When Amazon of campaigns, when Amazon and everything Amazon, when Amazon first came up with their campaign, started doing advertising, I was one of the first selected because of my computer science background to be a beta tester for Amazon's campaigns. So I was on the programming team. I was the one that was testing, going back with my results and back and forth. So I understand the algorithm and I know some of the coding that's involved with programming the campaigns. But because I'm also a single mom, I know how to get it to be affordable, and because I need as much, when I was single with my kids, I needed to make as much money. I needed to watch those pennies and make those pennies work for me. So still to this day, I find affordable ways to advertise on Amazon and increase sales and keep more money in your pocket. So in our program, we also come with 6 weeks of chat support. So you have access to 7 amazing team leaders on a daily basis, right? We also, once you join the chats, you can ask to be, that's the word I'm looking for. You can also ask to be buddied up, I guess, with a boss buddy. And that person is your accountability partner. You can help each other find items, you're building sisterhoods and sharing passions together. I pride myself on the support that we offer to our community, mostly because you see that beautiful young lady, my daughter, that's next to me in that picture, who is also my boss buddy. She was actually diagnosed with autism at the age of 14, and she could not read, write, or speak in complete sentences. At the age of 15, being concerned, like if something happened to me, what would happen to my daughter? I was so concerned about that. And I decided to gift her an Amazon store for her 15th birthday. She wanted the iPhone and she was upset, but I told her she could work her business and she can buy as many iPhones as she wants. How about in 9 years, she only bought 4 iPhones? Really? Had it been my money, I probably would have bought like 10 iPhones for her, right? They don't spend their money, they spend our money. Well, because of her autism, is why this program was even designed in the first place. So she essentially was my very first student. And at the age of 17, my daughter raised enough money on Amazon to purchase her own 5 bedroom house. You see, the doctors had told her that she will not amount to anything, that I would have to live with her for the rest of my life, and that she will never drive a car and she can't go to college. Well, at 17, my daughter bought her own 5 bedroom house and furnished it with all of her Amazon money. And then she bought her first dream car, which was her little putt putt that she would drive around in the church parking lot and learn how to drive. And she drove that parking lot for 4 years until I felt comfortable enough to have her and safe enough to have her on the road. So here she was. They say she'll never drive. And for 4 years straight, she made that in the rain, in the sleet, you name it, she was practicing every day. All right. And at the age of 19, she walked into her well, no, she drove into her high school with her second dream car purchased from her Amazon sales. And she proudly waved to all those teachers and doctors that said she couldn't do it and said, I am doing this. But then when she graduated from high school, she put herself in college. Like I did not have the opportunity for her to walk on campuses and do the tour and all that. She just came to me and said, oh, by the way, I'm going to North Georgia and I already paid my tuition. Oh, okay. Like she bossed me up. Like, what am I going to say? No, no, I wasn't going to say that. I threw a party. I was like, hey, this is what we're doing. So she broke down all the barriers, and Amazon did that for her. It gave her the confidence. It gave her the ability that despite the fact that she's living with a disability, that she could still provide for herself and her means. And my daughter has traveled to over 35 countries in the world with me. And a lot of times I didn't have to pay. Hey, hey, right? You get the perks. You get the perks. And we offer more support because this is why the program has so much support, because I know what her needs was and I know that she needed all of this support. So we have been offering all of this support. And the moment when she signed her title for her house, that's when my aha moment happened. And I said, we should teach other women how to do this. And she's like, we should. I said, okay, we shall. And here we are, right? And we offer more support. We have Power Hour on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. So if you need help opening your store, you need help creating listings, you need help setting up your shipping settings, you need help finding items to sell, you need help finding profitable brands to sell, we got you. Right. And we also offer boss nerds where you can hire, some people need that one-on-one attention. So you can actually hire a boss nerd, and everything is so affordable in our program because this is our blessing to everyone, right? And you can hire a boss nerd and have your one-on-one attention. You can share your screen. You can ask questions. We are here for you. So I like to say that there's 4 simple qualifications to sell on Amazon. And if you have these 4 qualifications, you definitely can sell on Amazon. So let's go. Number 1, ladies and men, do you like shopping? That's number 1. You got to like the game. You got to like shopping, going into the stores, going online, sourcing product. I call it scavenger hunt for money. So scavenger hunt for profits. That's what I call it. And can you pack a box? Can you take a flat box, open it up, put a product on it? If somebody had told me that I would have been a millionaire at 16 for packing a box, I'd have cut straight to I would have cut straight to boxes and left up the college debt, right? um, can you print a label? Can you follow a simple video that says, look here, look here, look here, put in your dimensions, put in your weight, click here by shipping, print your label, stick it on the box, call the post office, that's it. That's it. And do you have a computer? You will need a computer, laptop, Chromebook, app, tablet, those type of devices. You will need to use your computer to print and to do other things on Amazon. The app is really good, but just those minor things you will need to have a laptop. And if you don't, you can do those minor things that you need to do at the library. And you are no different than our student bosses. Here is one of my bosses, Boss Tiffany. Now, what was so funny is Boss Tiffany, she understood that she learns differently and that our program offers one-on-one. So she took a one-on-one with us. And the first thing out of her mouth was, my name is Tiffany and I ain't got no money. I was like, all right, Tiffany, this is what we're working with. No problem. No problem. And I had to explain to her because a lot of times we have this big misconception that, oh, you need tons and thousands of dollars to sell on Amazon because it's this billion-trillion-dollar company, it's the mecca, right? And it's not true. Start where you are. Start where you are. You get up to three times more what you put in to the platform is what you get back, right? So once I explained it to her and I got down her fears of it doesn't take a lot of money, she actually expressed to me that, this is what she had left over in her budget after she finished all paying her bills. And I said, we can work with that. And she had $150. That's all she had to work with, right? And I said, I'm going to give you a little mustard seed, just a little mustard seed, but you have to swallow your pride. And she did. I said, you're going to send out a text message. Now, I want you to select all your friends. I don't care if you talk to them or not, and your family members. Select all of them in your phone. And you're going to send out this text. I'm going to Dollar Tree. I need $1.25. Here's my Cash App. That's it. That's it. It doesn't say you're in need. It doesn't say you're begging. It doesn't say I'm hurting. It doesn't say I'm low. It says, I'm on my way to Dollar Tree and I just realized I left my phone and my wallet home. And I'm going into a store and I got no money. Send me $1.25. I just need that. And at the end of the webinar, she had $10. She didn't have a store open. She did not take a course, but she already had money to purchase her products. And none of it came out of her $150 that she had to spend. All right. And then she ended up taking, once she saw that worked, she signed up for a program. We have payment plans, and she signed up for the program. And lo and behold, what she did is now the catalyst for other women to follow along. And it can only be of God because I did not write this. She took it to a whole nother level. Boss Tiffany, every single time she got a sale, she would text her family members, I'm going into Dollar Tree, I need $1.25. So for a whole month, her family members was like, she live in Dollar Tree? Like, why she always in Dollar Tree? And she even told me that some family members would send her a list. They'll send her $100 and be like, while you're in there, pick this, and this, and this up. And she would. And she's like, bet, And by the 26th day, she had hit her 10K goals. And her family members, unbeknownst to them, sent her $1,060 that whole 26 days. And she made a profit of $4,240. She made the money to pay back the course fee as well as the money to spend on products. All right. And don't just take my word for it. I know the videos won't play. But this is actually Boss Michelle. She started our program a year ago and she was sharing that this is something new. Yes, it's going to be scary. Yes, but you know what? You have the support. You have people there to help you. All you have to do is come out of your way and ask for that help because we can't read minds, right? So you've got to just ask for the help that you need in order to get the result. Because at the end of the day, we just want you to make some of this Amazon cha-ching. And she ended up making over $100,000 in a year, and she did it terrified. Terrified. We all doing Amazon scared. Here's some other success stories. We have Boss Jennifer. She hit her 10K goals. We have Boss Tracy. She hit her 10K goals. And here are some more of our students. We celebrate our students. So if you walked into Dollar Tree for the first time as a boss, we celebrating you. You had your first sale, we celebrating you. You listed your first item, oh, that's a celebration. Like, we celebrate all day long because why? You're doing it, right? You're doing it. You go to school from kindergarten to 12th grade and you get celebrated for all your assignments turned in, you get rewards, and then when you graduate from high school, it's like you're on the job, and where did the celebration go? It just went, right? No more celebration. So we bring in the celebration back. We bring the celebration back because we want you to feel great about this major leap of faith that you're about to do. Here, more screenshots. Received her third sale, got her first order, got her second sale. Just today, a student said she got, what, 13 sales? And then another student got like 30 sales. I'm like, this is what we do. I love it. That's right, Marquisha. The celebration went and left no crumbs. I'm telling you, yes. So here are some our top. At the end of the year, we ask our students to give. We have like a contest, and our students provide us with their screenshots. I can talk today. Their screenshots, and then we decide who the top 3 made the most money in that year, and then we give them a prize. So here's 2024, 173,000, 190,000, 116,000, and this is part-time income for these students. Part-time, and these are sales. But what I love as a coach to look at is, you see that line? That is their 10K line. Do you see how many of our students are above the 10K line, right? And all from Dollar Tree items. So here's everything that you need to hit 10K in our program. We have the 10K boss, the 6-week intensive training. We teach you how to get ungated in brands. We teach you how to create affordable ads. We have 2 live pop-ups a month. You have the private WhatsApp chat. You get to create bundles following Amazon bundling policy. And we also teach you how to sell items to piggyback off of that are existing. And this is the total package. And it's worth way more than $3,249 because you get support from seven individuals in this game. I also like to play this game of which brand is more. But first, before I do that, I want to stop sharing and show you how I use AMZScout. Using AMZScout for maybe 4 or 5 years. Absolutely love it. Primarily, I use it to find items, the type of items to sell. This is kind of like intro to private labeling, as well as how do you find products to source. So we talked about Rubbermaid, so we're going to use Rubbermaid as an example. So basically, I typed in Rubbermaid in Amazon.com, and then this little icon right down here, I'm not sure if you can see it, it's underneath there, and it pops up, and you just click that button, and it generates this screen right here. Now, this screen has all the data that I need to make an informed selling decision. It tells me that 71 results, the average monthly sales, the average monthly revenue between the 71 items, the average sale price, the average price per item. Now, when I use this program, I'm looking at these columns for different things. And you could actually go down here, and I'm actually using Pro. They have a brand new one out that's AI, and I can't wait to try that one. But I'm so familiar with this one that I wanted to show you how I use it, but it's the same kind of features, just more, and I can't wait. So here it tells you, the product score for private labeling. They have a scoring system. So based on this, you see some have 5, some have 7s. Those are good. Anything 5 and above tells me, this is a good product idea for private labeling. So that's good. And then it tells you the scoring of the current product. So here's the product that I was telling you about. Can you see? Estimated revenue 727,000, right? That is how much this item that I showed you earlier is making. This item right here. I'm probably not going to do that one. And it also tells you the ranking. So here's the ranking, and it tells you the price. It tells you what the FBA fees are, the net margin. And I like to use this one right here, the estimated revenue, because I want to see their top products that are making them millions. And that is where I'm going to like kind of start my focus. And you can do the profit calculator. It's right here in this section right here. You just click right here and you can, the profit calculator. Not sure what just happened. Let me bring it back up again. Hold on. I think I X'd out too soon. Okay, maybe now I can share it and then I can show you how I hit the little button. So you see I just typed in Rubbermaid and this is the little button that comes up and you just press it and it pops up on your on the top of your Chrome browser. It's a Chrome extension. And I'm going to look at the one. This was the first product. This is the one that's making 4 million. So what I use this for, I'm like, okay, well, if Rubbermaid containers making 4 million, that's a good niche, and it has a high product reselling score, and it's good for private labeling. It has a great ranking. People are looking for this product. So this tells me I need to go to the next step. And the next step could be, do I want to see if there's any FBA FBA Rubbermaids that I could jump on that's making profit? And that's where I love this part right here, sellers. I can see the number of sellers on a listing. And I pretty much use process of elimination. So let's see if it's gonna, okay. So here you have 47 sellers. I start and I guess I pressed it too much time. Let me see one more time. I'm gonna do it like this and let me wait. I'm going so fast. There we go. So what I do is this is telling you that, all right, there's sellers that are selling these. That means I have a possibility that I can sell these products as well, right? I just need to now know if I can get it at an affordable price retail and resell for more money. And then I use the calculator, the profit calculator, to generate just right here to see if I can sell it. I can look for it on Google. And if you press that, it takes you straight to Google and shows you all the stores that you can buy it from. Here's Bright. I never heard of Bright Tools. Walmart sells something similar. So you just have to go down and find the item that's exactly like it and see if you can get it at an affordable price. If you can, then we know that 47 sellers are selling it. So it's a higher probability that you can sell it for more money too. Another thing I like to use the seller section for, I call these the keep far away from. If Amazon is on the listing, I'm not selling it. I can't compete with Amazon, right? So I already know that I don't need to look at none of these that say one, because that's Amazon. That's Amazon. We know that's Amazon. So then once you know the items to stay far away from, you can start from like the four, from 4 sellers on, and then do the calculations to make sure that you're making profit on the item. Another thing that I use this for is for creating listings. So we know that Rubbermaid and well, forget Rubbermaid, the containers, storage containers on a whole makes a lot of money on Amazon. We've seen this, right? Here's the results right here. This is just Rubbermaid, and there's so many other brands that you can search for. So if you're looking at the estimated revenue column, look at this. All from 4 million on down. Let's look at all the estimated revenue, and this is monthly, not a year. So this one 4 million, 1,800,000, 600,000. So yeah, they're buying containers. So why not create your own listing, right? With the data that's already on Amazon's platform, because Amazon's platform tell you everything you need to know. If you need to, let's say you want to create a listing and you said, okay, I want to sell this product as a private label, this product, right? Let's look at the products. We have this one. Personally, I would not do with glass. So let's find a plastic one, because if it's coming from China, I want to make sure it makes that boat trip and it arrives safely. Let's find one that's actually plastic that doesn't have a lot of sellers on it. Brilliance, I know, is glass. Let's see about this one. This one should be plastic. That's glass too. Kind of hard to see on the little buttons. Trying to find like a plastic one that has, okay, this one has 16 sellers. Let's look at this one. Awesome. So here's this item. It tells you also where you can get it from in Alibaba. This little button right here. So we're looking at a private label. And it then, oh, I forgot I'm logged out. You can see, I'm not in, I forgot I'm logged out, but it will show you all the different items that you can purchase that look identical to that item, or if you want to offer another color. Here's the thing, I like to think like a consumer because I am the consumer at the end of the day. And who shops the most? Women. What is women's favorite color? What is our favorite color? Right? By the majority, I want to say pink, purple, yellow. So even if those colors will stand out on the listings, like let's take a look at Amazon storage containers, and I bet you they're all just basic colors. I bet you they're either gray, blue, or white. I know. Yeah, I like to think out of the box, and this is what I teach our students. Think out of the box. I don't see no pink. I don't see no purple. Nothing that a woman would go, I want that. And we are the #1 shoppers on Amazon. I just want to let you know that. So we should be catering, especially if it's for women and it's food containers. Why have black? Make it pink, make it different colors. And you can do that by contacting the sellers on Alibaba, changing the color, creating your own item, and then selling them for so much more. So once you've decided on your product, you can come in here to AMZScout and get the titles already for you. Now, I create titles a whole lot different from a lot of people. And my titles are not words. Like my titles makes no sense whatsoever because it's full of SEO keywords. That's it. I'm not going to put Rubbermaid containers for women or Rubbermaid containers to hold your food. No. We're going to use the keywords with the most searches, and that is going to be our title. So we see here storage, that got to be in the title. Food has to be in the title. Lids in the title. Containers in the title. Let's see if we could search for any more in here. Home, products, BPA free, commercial. I use all the words, and you can export this and you can see them all. And from all of those keywords, that's my title. And then once you use Amazon's AI, it generates a description from your title. So now Amazon's AI is going to jazzy up your title for you based on your SEO words, and they're going to put all your SEO words, your SEO keywords, all over the description, and that is going to help your product be seen on Amazon more times over than your competitor. I absolutely love AMZScout for this. And another tool that I use too, and I'm going to talk about that a little while later, is that I also use the website. They have AMZScout.net, and you could actually do a keyword reverse lookup. So let's say I wanted to look up, let's say this item that's ranking number 12, and I wanted to look up the keywords for this item. I would put in the ASIN in the reverse lookup, and it will give me all the keywords that's attached to this item. And then once you're creating your campaigns, you can target the very same item that you got the keywords from, and you could actually outsell this person. That you could actually outsell this listing with your own items. So y'all see how excited I get about selling on Amazon and using AMZScout. I absolutely love, love, love it. And I wanted to play like this little fun little game, right? So which brand makes more? It's important to know your customers on Amazon and who they are and what they how their buying power is. Amazon's customers came from Jeff Bezos going into rural America, knocking on doors, selling a membership to a website he didn't even have yet. That part, right? And he sold them a membership, and they are very faithful to Amazon's customers. So you've got to come out of your suburban thinking. And actually, you know what did it for me? I went into rural America and stayed for the weekend and went to their local stores and went around to see what they're doing and how they live their life so I can better understand their buying power. They are living La Vida Loca. Like that 5 o'clock is not the same 5 o'clock as a suburban mom. A suburban mom at 5 o'clock on a Friday is wondering if she took the chicken out the freezer and is it defrosting because I can't remember and I gotta cook dinner and I gotta go in traffic and all these things we're thinking about going through traffic. And then we're wondering what are we gonna do with the kids for the weekend? We gotta keep them occupied and we gotta find and this is all happening in traffic. We're not the same. So most people in rural America live a very chill, reserved life. Fridays, they can't wait to go on the lake and swim and, maybe kayak. And I do all those things too. And canoe and hiking, right? They're doing outdoors things. So you kind of have to think they don't have time to go shopping. And plus, they don't have the accessibility. Their nearest store is maybe an hour to 45 minutes away. And when they do go shopping, it's a huge bulk, right? So that tells you right there that if they are buying in bulk monthly, what do you need to provide? Bulk items. You've got to give them the value of items combined together so that they won't need to go to the store for that month. They have everything they need on one listing, right? And it's also important to understand what they're doing and how they're living in order to understand what products to look for to purchase. So now that you know a background of who their primary customers are, do you think that they like Pepsi or Coke better? Pepsi or Coke? Thank you, Cherise. I've been here a long time. Pepsi or Coke? So I see your Coke coming. I see Pepsi. I see Coke. Pepsi. I see Jeanette said Coke. Jacqueline said Pepsi. Taranza said Pepsi. Jeanette Pep both. both. Well, actually, Coke makes more than Pepsi. And I've never seen this brand. I've heard it's in the for Pepsi. I've heard it's in the gas stations, but I personally haven't seen it. Coke does more, but however, here's the kicker. They make only about $200,000 a month, and Amazon is the only seller. So you can't sell. They have a contract, a private contract with Coke and Pepsi. So I'm telling you right now, don't even scan Coke or Pepsi or look it up because you can't sell it, right? And they really don't make that much. A lot of Coke and Pepsi's revenue comes from in the restaurants. That's how they make their money. I'm frozen again? You're going to say Pepsi, Carol? So here's another one. Red Bull, energy drinks, right? Celsius or Red Bull? Which one do you think sells more? Celsius or Red Bull? Nick said Celsius. David said Red Bull. So Celsius makes only 100,000 more, and this is all information coming from AMZScout because it tells you in the program which one makes how each one makes money. I got the information from AMZScout, by only $100,000 more, right? Energy drinks again. Don't even bother to scan Celsius or Red Bull because Amazon is the primary seller. But I wanted you to see what they're buying and their buying power. So they make millions a month. Pepsi and Celsius both make millions a month over Coke and Pepsi, right? So I like to bring this kind of information to you because it helps you to think about what types of products to search for in order to use AMZScout to figure out if you can or cannot sell them. Am I adding value to you? Are you learning a lot tonight? Are you getting a lot of gems tonight? Let me know in the chat. Fantastic. I am so glad. Awesome. So like I said, we are bringing you the 6 weeks intensive program for our program. You're going to learn how to get ungated in brands. We're actually having a pop-up Zoom on Sunday to go, or we're going to be going through with our students how to look at 7 different wholesale stores, and we are going to find products to sell for profit together as a team. So hopefully you can join tonight and be part of that pop-up for our students on Sunday. I'm so excited. I love scavenger hunting for money. So you're going to learn how to create affordable ads. We have our live pop-up webinars. We have our WhatsApp chat. We teach you how to create fantastic bundles, and we also teach you how to sell items that are already on Amazon. So you could be selling the items that's already on Amazon, making profit while your generic listings that belong to you start going through the motions and the customers start buying those. So it's a 2-for-1. I love it. I absolutely love it. So with the AMZ program, they are adding what's the word I want to use? Value. They're adding value to what we already offer, right? And they're going to include their 6 months of AMZScout AI tool, the new one that I told y'all I can't wait to try. It's supposed to do all the stuff that I'm doing manually. It's supposed to be doing all of that on its own, and I can't wait to try it. And you get the extension, you get the product database, you get the product tracker, you get the keyword search tool, reverse ASIN lookup, the keyword tracker, the quick view, and stock stats. Let me tell you what stock stats. I love stock stats. Let me tell you how much I love stock stats. So let's say I wanted to sell one of those Rubbermaid items that we can list, have multiple sellers on that one, and it's making profit, right? I can see how much inventory every one of those other sellers on there are making, and that can help me to price my item. So let's take this one. Well, that's not a good one because let's see, this one might have more than one person on them. So let's say that that one item was selling for $59.99, had 6 sellers, right? And then there was another seller that was selling it for $70, another one selling it for $90, and another one selling it for $100. With the stock stats, I can see how much inventory each one have. So if the first person, the seller who has the buy box, has 5, and then the second person have 3, oh, I am going to price myself right in the middle there, because when those run out, that's mine. Those are my sales, provided that my store has good matrix and everything is in alignment and I'm abiding by Amazon's policy, right? I love it. I absolutely love it. And theirs is they're offering their bundle for $249. So you get an inside look to see all the trends, the sales volumes. You get to estimate your FBA costs for a better view of your profit margin. You also have the Pro extension, so you can do a Chrome extension. That's the one I can't wait. I have to restart my computer, install that, and play with it, y'all. I'm so excited. So it identifies the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and threats. That part right there, that's it. Take my whole card. Where's my credit card? Here, take my whole card. That's it right there. Because we all know that the only way to know that you can't sell a product on Amazon is if they give you a violation. And that violation can cost your store. So knowing ahead of time that this product in fact gives a violation or has any threat to it ahead of time, that's it. That's it for me. that's it for me. Right? Tell me what I need to not sell. Right? And then I like that part right there, that's it for me. That sold it for me, right? That's a no-brainer for me. And then it also teaches you hypothesis of how to enhance your product in real-time data. So let's say I created my own listing and I wanted the program, the AMZScout, to analyze my listing. It will give you recommendations of how you can prove it. Right, Velma? How do I sign up? I'm telling you, I can't wait to restart my computer and install the Pro. Whew, yeah. So you gain access in the bundle. You're going to gain access to AI to see the overall picture health, and it'll even give you a scoring. So I like to think that anything 5 to 10 is a really great score. Also, the product database. They have every single product on Amazon in their database, and they're pulling all that data. Now, I'm going to give you a little thing about, I'm going to be a little bit nerdy for just a moment because at the end of the day, I am Geek Squad, all right? Amazon has data on every single product. And back in the day, I would have to have an Excel spreadsheet and pull that data one by one and download a whole lot of Excel spreadsheets, get that data, and then paste it into my blank spreadsheet so I could determine if this item is worth selling. And I did that for 10 years. I no longer have to do that. I throw the whole spreadsheet away. Because here we go. They have it here, built in. So everything that I did manually for 10 years, they've done manually for us. Thank you, Jesus. Right? And I talked about the Amazon keyword search. This is where you can see if see the value of a keyword, if it's a good keyword to use in your listing or not. So this one says somebody was typing in towels, right? They wanted to see if towels, as a lot of people buy towels or look for towels on Amazon, and it tells you what the #1 search title or phrase is for that specific item. So in this case, it's telling you that beach towels, customers look for beach towels more times on Amazon than any other kind of towels. Now, I'm going to give you a little sneak peek into me. Being, that thrifty mom, I would decorate my entire house with Dollar Tree towels. I sure would. I would make pot holders out of these towels, crafty things out of these towels. You would see Dollar Tree's kitchen towels in my bathroom, but decorated a whole different way with seashells stuck to it and everything. Because when you live in rural America, they make a lot of the items that they have. And this is part, a lot of sellers, a lot of shoppers, consumers on Amazon make things to create new things, right? We know this. They're crafty like that. So I decided to search for towels. It's funny that this is in here because I didn't tell them that I actually have my own brand of towels. Using AMZScout's tool, I don't think Nick and Jenny, did you all know that that's how I decided that I was going to come up with my own kitchen line of towels? They might have Googled me, I don't know. But I have a kitchen line of towels that I created as a private label, and I use the AMZScout's platform and their Chrome extension to determine what towels that I'm going to sell. So I sell beach towels from island themed beach towels, and I also sell lemon towels. And knowing the information that I got from AMZScout, I then went over to Natasha, who is our China sourcing guru, who taught me how to source products from China. And I went straight to there, got my own line, and I've been doing my kitchen towel line for about 3 years now. 3 years now. And before that, I was selling Dollar Tree's towels, and I decided, let me do my own. So, yep, yes, Markeisha, I sell towels. It's so ironic that that's showing up. So it tells you all the things that you need to know. So here's another one where you can put in an ASIN, and it shows you all the phrases, the most popular phrases that are used for that item. And you could use this phrase in creating your own listing. So that this is really and truly very powerful. So you can control it with the tracker. You can move the tracker up and down. I mean, I could stay on this thing forever. I could talk to you all day long about AMZScout, right? So they're offering their bonus today along with our program so that, so I forgot one, that this is major. This is major. Reporting. Reporting. Y'all know at the end of the year, our tax accountant is going to tell us you have 3 months to pull reports. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then January comes along, and then you're selling for Valentine's Day. And then Valentine's Day comes along, you're selling for St. Patrick's. And then St. Patrick's comes along. And all of a sudden, your accountant is like, where are those reports? And you're like, okay, let me get to it. Then you could go to their reporting, and you could get your reports for the latest trends, ideas, ready to launch, profitable items. They have so many awesome features in this platform. Like, it's a no-brainer. This is the only, my students ask me, Dr. Hall, what other programs do you use? And it's just one. I don't even use one other program, AMZScout. That's it. That's the only thing I pay for is AMZScout. So like I said, our program offers, with AMZScout, it brings the offer up to $3,896.39, but we are not going to offer that today. Okay. So if you want to take our course that has the 10K course, you have the ungating, you have the affordable brands, the pop-ups, the WhatsApp chat support, the create listing bundles, how to sell items, piggyback, and the AMZ Scout bundle. It is only for $5.99 today. And Jenny just posted the link in the chat for you. That is an exclusive offer just for us. Now, we also have another offer because I know a lot of my students are probably in here. So if you are one of my students, comment boss in the chat and let them know that, hey, our students showed up for this amazing deal that I'm about to tell them that is just for them. So comment boss in the chat because this deal is for all of my boss students that are with us today. I see Marie is with us. Marquisha is with us. I see Miss Taylor. I see Velma. I see Jackie. I see April. I see Ayona. Oh my goodness, my student. I see Sharonda. Oh, we're all in here. We're all in here. I see Carol. Oh my goodness. I see Anderson, Lucy. I see all of my students. Awesome. So this is for you, students. So just for you all, because I want you all to learn this AMZScout, and I want you all to be sitting next to me with piggyback items and your own created items on the platform, ordering items from, you're probably gonna have to order from Vietnam or Turkey, but we'll get there. We'll get there because we're gonna go around the tariffs. We're gonna go around the tariffs, right? We're gonna find a way around the tariffs. And we're gonna offer you, I created 2 exclusive ebooks just for AMZScout. The first one is my personal step-by-step guide on how to use AMZScout the way how I use AMZScout. And I'm also going to include 2 must-have AI prompts for sourcing on Amazon. All you have to do is type these 2 prompts in on on ChatGPT, and it will bring up all the information. All of it that you need to have a successful Amazon business. And then you also receive one-on-one coaching call with the AMZScout expert to give you personal guidance during your call. Tell y'all, I'll be hooking y'all up, right? And it also comes with the 6 months AMZScout AI tool. So you get the extension, you get the database, you get the product tracker, you get the AMZ keyword search, you get the reverse ASIN lookup. A lot of my students signed up. We had a program, we still have it, but it's on pause right now, where the team and myself created listings for our students. And our students are probably like, how did she do that so quickly, right? And it's because of AMZScout. I use AMZScout to create all of your titles, all of them, and then create and have Amazon's AI create a fantastic listing for you from just the title. As because of AMZScout, I was able to do that. Now that deal total is normally $746.97, but today we are giving it to you for $269. You can scan the barcode to pay, and I think Jenny or Nick is going to put the link in the chat. So there it is. He just posted it in the chat. That's exclusively for our students. If anyone needs me to go back to the slide that had the first offer for those who are not student or existing students, let me know, and I will happily go back to the slides. And at this time, we have Klarna. They also take payment plans, so they take Klarna as well. So here's the two deals on the screen, so I don't have to go back. We have the first one for non-students. So if you want to become one of our amazing, fantabulous students, we have offer number one for $5.99. Just go ahead and scan that barcode. And for our existing students, you're also going to get up for $269. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and open the floor for Q&A. So type in your questions in the chat. I know you have lots of questions for me. So go ahead and type in the questions in the chat. And while you're doing that, I am going to, if y'all want to see a live demo of a product, call out some brands, put some brands in the chat. I'm going to do a live search for you live of how I use the AMZScout platform. So type in the chat some brands, and I'm going to search it live for you. And this is everything that you're getting for both deals. And Nick posted both of the deals in the chat again for you. So call out some brands. Let's see. Do I see any brands pop up as yet? I can do Q&A, and I can do a live. All right, Lego. That's a really good one. Oh, yeah, I love that one. I love that one. That's an awesome one. Yes, let's look at Lego. I haven't looked at Lego in a while, so I'm excited to look at Lego. Okay, so let's look at Lego. So I'm going to type in Lego, and I'm going to share my screen so we can do this live, and you can see exactly how I search for products to see which I want to sell. Now, I'm approved to sell Lego. So let's see. So this, I typed in Lego on Amazon.com. I'm going to click the AMZScout little button and let AMZScout do its thing. And sometimes Lego has a lot. Lego has more than Rubbermaid. I know that for sure. So let's give it time to populate. And while it's doing that, I'm going to see if there's any more questions. What's the difference? Why are the prices different? So the first price is for non-students. We have non-boss class students, and we have boss class students also in this chat as well. So my students came to learn how I use my AMZScout app as well. So that's the difference, love. Jacqueline asks, how much is it after the 6 months? That's a good question. Nick, do you all have an answer for that question for me? Let's see if it populated. All right, we can share it populated. Okay, so here we go. I'm so excited. All right, first thing I'm going to do, estimated revenue. Let's see how much money the item is selling the most for. That's my first thing to go to. So here we go. We have the Lego Botanica. This one is the number one, according to AMZScout, the hottest selling one on their platform. It makes the most money. Oh, this is it. This is in Sam's Club. I'm done. I was going to buy this. I remember seeing this in Sam's Club and saying, I have a black thumb. I don't have a green thumb. So I had made a joke with my daughter and said, I need this since I can't grow plants. I could put a Lego together and it's gonna last forever. I actually saw that. So let's look and see how much it's selling for in Sam's, because I knew they had it. It's from Sam's. I saw it in Sam's. So we can go and find it on Google. Amazon. I know it's in Sam's. I saw it. Let's see if Sam's is one of these that they're going to no, but I know that they have it. Oh, Walmart has it. Hello. So I'm going to go over to Walmart. Am I still sharing? Hold on. Let me see if I can. Is it Walmart? I think I need to share this tab instead. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to go to Walmart, share this tab, and let's see. It is selling on Walmart for $35.87. Okay, so now let's see how much it's selling for on Amazon. So it's selling for the same amount of money, so that will not be one of them that you can sell because it's the same price. Now there are 27 sellers, so more than likely they know something. I don't know that it's really yeah, it's selling fast. 63 ranking. So here's the thing about Amazon. Even though it's selling for $39.99 at the buy box, you can price your items higher and it's region based. So let's say I'm in Georgia and I'm wanting to buy this item. Amazon will only show me the sellers that are in my region. And let's say I was the seller on this in Georgia, I would have popped up at whatever price I'm selling it at. So the customer would see it for $49.99, for example, or $59.99, 54 for example. You're only going to see the ones because Amazon prides themselves on giving you items so that it can fall in that 2-3 day line, that 2-3 day shipping line, so that you can get the item within 2 to 3 days. That's why they do that. So even though the price is at $39.99, don't let that scare you off from buying it, especially the fact that when you see there's 27 other sellers on it, you have a strong probability of selling it for a higher price and making profit. And you can use a calculator right there. So since we know we can't sell that one, another thing I like to do is let's look at the price. Let's look at which Legos are selling for the most money. And you just click those tabs and it automatically just sorts it out for you. So this one is selling for $429.99. Let's see what this one looks like. So it's the bulldozer, and Amazon is the only seller, so we can't sell that one. That's the only one. So let's look at the next one that has 12 sellers. It's selling for $299. All right. And it has 13 sellers. Oh, that's pretty. Why does it look like someplace I've been before? Paris, of course. Of course it is. And here's some sellers that are selling it for way more. So, okay, it looks like we can sell it, right? We can sell this item. So that's a check so far. So check, check. And now I just have to do the math to see, number one, let's see who we can find it. We can find it on Google and see who's selling it. So JV is selling it, import. And you may have to do the research and make sure that these companies are, these stores are reputable. Maybe they need wholesale, you need to create a wholesale account and get it for the wholesale pricing. You never know. I do know who is Lego's manufacturer. Don't ask me how I know that. I actually know the owner. So yeah, that part. And if you it shows you it has an 82%. It's actually, for some reason, there's no score for private label. You can't really exactly run a private label for Lego. I'm curious. Let's look at Alibaba. See, this is how I end up down. I end up down the sinking hole, the rabbit hole, right? You probably can't sell that one, but you can do your own. You can get your own. Lego is one of those that they hold a proprietary for everything. So maybe not a good product for private label if you're going to do Lego because they hold the patent for how Legos are made. So you would have to piggyback off of Legos. And it's just a matter of finding the right one in your niche. Like I'm going to highlight that one because that's one of them that we could possibly sell. And I love this too, that you can hit the highlight, the heart button so that you know what you've looked at before. It's really and truly awesome. I could go down all the rabbit hole on this one today. Oh, I'm not sharing. I'm so sorry. What screen am I sharing? Oh, I'm so sorry. So hold on. Let me go back to where was I? This tab. I was showing you on Alibaba that they don't have the Legos because Lego owns the patent to their pieces. But you can also get something that looks like it and look up. See, this is where I go down a rabbit hole because now I'll be searching mechanical building blocks. Let's just do it. Just do it. Let's look up mechanical building blocks. Let's just do it and see what happens, right? So let me open an Amazon and see if mechanical, what's it called? Mechanical. I'm just going to do all departments because you never know how someone created the listing in another category. So we're just going to all departments. And I'm going to copy, simply just copy the title. Oh, you can't do that way. So, and then I'll just delete the thing in the middle. And then go over to here. And let's see if Amazon sells this product. Haha. All right, $85, $85. And it's selling for $37, $58, $47, $37. So let's see if AMZScout thinks that this. Let's see how much revenue. Let's see how much revenue this makes. See how you can easily go down a rabbit hole and be searching all day long. So let that go there for a minute. Let's see if we have any questions. Tracy asked, how long is the special for? Nick and Jenny, can you let us know? All right, so it's still loading. It could be my Wi-Fi. Oh, and all these tabs I have open too. I have like 20 million tabs open now. Close out some of those tabs. All right, let's try this way. There we go. And once it loads, I'm going to share the screen. So let me let it load first. Do we have any questions? Any questions while this loads? All right, it loaded, so let's share the screen. And then I'm going to go straight to see the estimated revenue. Let's see how much money it's making. So it's bringing up all the Legos. And okay, let's see. We got to search a little bit though. Here's a Rubix. So kind of high. The rankings are really high. Anything over 200,000 is not worth looking for. So it doesn't look like this is a product that I would sell. First of all, it's big and it's bulky. So that would be a number one no for me. I look for items under 16 ounces or at 16 ounces, and depending on the profit, I'll probably go up to 2 pounds, but that's about the max that I would do. So yes, Judy, it will be part of the package. So you get, if you're a student, Judy, so you would get the brand new ebooks that I created and the AMZScout. Marquisha said, I love it and I need it. Thank you. I'm humble. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Iona said all of the above. Is it Amazon clamping down on RA receipts? No, they still have the same. They added 2 more wholesale companies that they accept receipts from. So now it's like a total of 20 that I know of. A lot of them I don't like the products. The products are cheap and I don't like them. But there's about 7 or 8 of them that I would use. Ara says she loves it and she needs it. You are welcome, Markeisha. Thank you. To all my students, thank you, thank you, thank you for coming and showing me love. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Teresa says she needs it and she loves it. Thank you, Velma. Sarah says she needs it. Lavania says, I need it, but I can't afford it. I get you, girl. Miss Ibu said, I love to be a part of the class, but I do not have the cash right now. I understand. I totally get it. When you are there, right here. Nice. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, thank you. You are most welcome, love. You are most welcome. So take a screenshot of this. Take a screenshot of this pic. Take a photo or a screenshot so that you have it. And yeah, let's get to work. Let's work together. I'm so excited. Patricia says, when does the offer end? I think she answered, but I think I missed the answer, so I'm not sure. I thought I saw that she did put it in here, but I don't see it now. All right, she just put it in the chat. Jenny just put it in the chat for you, Patricia. You're most welcome, loves. You're most welcome. Most welcome. All right, and we don't have any more questions. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. I wish you the most success with your Amazon store. Let's throw some up. Let's throw a whole lot of hearts in this chat for AMZScout for inviting me to give this opportunity to you all. I absolutely love, 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 love AMZScout. It's my go-to. Yeah, see how excited I am about using it. I use it for everything. I use it to find products. I use it to create listings. I love it. I love it. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful evening. Be safe out there. Thank y'all. Good night, everybody.